Hello dear students, good morning. I hope you all are fine today as well. So let us continue with our lesson that we had started, reproduction in animals. Okay, so we had learned about the male gamete and the female gametes. Okay, now we will see fertilization. So you know a little about fertilization, which also happens in the plants that you had already learned in the previous standard, right? So what happens, the very first step in the process of reproduction, that is of course the production of gametes, and then as the gametes are produced they will fuse together, of course. So that the fusion of male and female gamete is what the sexual reproduction. So in that the fusion of a sperm and ovum take place. What happens, the sperms try to it comes in contact with the egg, and one of the sperms will fuse with the egg. Okay, it will fuse with the egg, and this fusion of an egg and a sperm, that is called as the fertilization. Okay, and what happens, so of course the eggs and the egg and the sperm, one egg and one sperm will fuse together, and after they fuse together, the nuclei, okay, the nuclei of both, that is the sperm and the egg. So the nuclei of both, they will fuse together, two nuclei fuse together to form a single nucleus. Okay, two nuclei, there are two nuclei from two gametes, they will fuse together and they will form a single nucleus, and this single nucleus is only called as the zygote. Okay, that is called as the zygote, or that is called as the fertilized egg. Okay, that after fusion of two nuclei, a single nucleus will be formed, which is known as the zygote, or that is called as the fertilized egg. Okay, now of course the process of fertilization means what, as we have learned, it is just the fusion of a male and a female gamete. Okay, so the new individual which is formed, if you see, both the gametes are fused together. The male gamete which comes from the father, and a female gamete, that is the ovum, which comes from the mother. Now as these both cells, they are mixed together, or they are fused together, so we can imagine the new individual will have the characteristics of both its mother and father, right? So we have learnt this. So it inherits, the new individual, it inherits some of the characteristics from his or her parents. So if you look at your brother or sister, they would look alike, you all look alike, or somewhat the face matches, right? Or you resemble to your mother or father in some or the other ways. So that is the reason behind that. Okay, now let us see a new concept, that is the test tube babies. Now we have learned that the male and female gamete, they fuse together and they form, that is how the fertilization takes place, which forms a zygote. Now what happens in some women, like there is problematic, or they are unable to bear the babies just because the sperm cannot reach the egg for the fertilization. As we have learned, sperm needs to reach up to the egg, and then of course they will fuse. So in some women, the sperm is unable to come towards the egg and fuse with it because of certain reasons. So in such cases, what happens, what doctors do, they collect fresh sperms and they also collect the egg. Okay, and what they will do, they will fuse this egg and sperm in the laboratory. Okay, so in the laboratory they will fuse it, that is called IVF technique, or internal fertilization. Okay, that takes place outside the body, because that takes place in the lab. This is done in the lab. Both the gametes are fused together. This is called as the IVF, or the internal fertilization. Now what happens in case if the fertilization occur, if the two gametes, they fuse together, then of course the zygote will be formed, as we have learned. Then this zygote, it is allowed to develop for almost a week. Okay, for almost a week the zygote will develop, and then after a week it is placed into the mother's uterus, and once it is transferred into the mother's uterus, then the complete development of that uterus will the complete development of that zygote or that embryo will take place in the mother's womb as the normal baby develops. So, and this is how the baby which is produced in this way, that is called as the test tube baby. Okay, so this is it. Now, okay, we have learnt about the fertilization and all. Now, once the fertilization has taken place, once both the nuclei are fused together and we get a single nucleus, that is a zygote. Now, how does that develop further? So, a single cell zygote that develops into two, as we have learnt about the fission in amoeba, it is kind of same way. Okay, it is kind of similar. So what happens, that zygote, it divides and it redivides, it goes on dividing and it forms or it develops into an embryo. Okay, so zygote, which is single cell, that single cell will divide further into 2, 4 and it will go on dividing and that will form an embryo. Okay, now of course it will form a group of cell, as you can see in this diagram, a group of cell that is called blastocyst. A group of cell is developed. Okay, and then that blastocyst, that cell, they will form groups. There are many cells which are formed by now, and all the cells will be grouped together, and you know the cells, they group together to perform same function, and that will give rise to a tissue, and many tissue will come together, that will form the organ, and many organs will come together, they will form organ systems, various organ systems in the baby, of course, like the reproductive system, then the digestive system, and the excretory system, respiratory system. So all the systems will be developed, and hence that will make a full organism. Okay, or that will make a fully developed baby, we can say. So this developing structure which is developing, okay, so as I said, from a single cell zygote to a group of cells, from group of cells to tissue to organ system. So this development, it goes on. Now this developing phase, that is called, this developing structure, that is called as the embryo. And where does this development take place? Of course, in the uterus, we had seen. As once this blastocyst is formed, a group of cell is formed that goes into the uterus and fixes itself over there in the uterus, to the wall of uterus, and there only further development will take place. Now this embryo, of course, it continues to develop into the uterus in this way, and of course gradually we can see the body parts like the hands, legs and all, it will appear. Okay, and hence the stage of the embryo in which all the body parts can be identified, the time or the stage where we can identify all the body parts of that baby, then that stage is called as the fetus. It is called as the fetus, where we can identify the body parts of that baby. So, and when the full development of this fetus will take place, and then the mother will give she'll give birth to the baby. Okay, so depending on that, as we have seen fertilization and all, so there are two types of fertilization. The one is internal fertilization and the other one is external fertilization. So what happens? Internal fertilization means the fertilization which takes place inside the body of organism. Like in human beings, we have seen the fusion of male and female gamete take place inside the body of the female. So that is how, that is the internal fertilization. Same thing happens in the cows, dogs, hens, etc. And what is external fertilization? The fertilization which takes place outside the body, means the male and female gametes, they will fuse together, but this will happen out of the body. We are going to see some example of this, of the external fertilization, but that is very common in mostly this is common in the aquatic animals like fish, starfish, frogs also. So this is the about the external fertilization. Now you must have seen some animals, they give direct birth to the young ones, while some animals will lay eggs, right? So this, based on this also, we can find two types of animals: the viviparous animals and oviparous animals. What are viviparous animals? The animals which gives direct birth to the young ones, those are called as the viviparous animals. And what are oviparous animals? The animals which lay eggs, which will lay egg, and then from that egg the organism will come out. So that those are the oviparous animals. Okay, then let us see how the chicks are born. So what happens? Of course, in the hen also the internal fertilization will take place. Inside the hen's body, the male and female gamete will fuse together. The zygote will form. Okay, the zygote will form, and that zygote will come and will travel down the oviduct, as we have learned. Okay, so that will travel down the oviduct. Now as it travels down, it is coated by many protective layer. As the zygote comes down towards the oviduct, so many protective layers are formed around it. And if you see the hard eggshell, that is one of the coatings that is covered about the zygote. Of course, the zygote is developing inside, and we can see the shell. Okay, so then what happens after the hard shell is formed? Then the hen will lay the eggs. Okay, and then it will lay the egg. So after laying the egg, the embryo inside the egg, it will take almost 3 weeks to develop. And if you have seen, the hen, it sits on the egg, right, just to provide it the warmth. Okay, so till the warmth is not provided, the hen will the chick will not develop. So hen will sit on the egg to provide some warmth to it, and hence this is how the development of chick will take place inside the egg itself, of course out of the body of the hen. So the egg will develop, the chick will develop inside the egg during this period, and is getting sufficient warmth from the hen. And then after the chick is completely developed, it will come out of the eggshell, bursting it. So this is how the chicks are born. So interesting. So this is it for this lesson. Then we will continue with this lesson with the next video. By that time, you take care of yourself, stay safe, stay home. Goodbye.